Hey guys, Chris here. In this video, I'm going to give you guys my quick review of the Volkswagen Id.Buzz. So I'm not going to do my normal, in-depth long review on this car. This is going to be more of a one take because the past week has honestly been super busy. We've had the Norwegian holiday, the biggest holiday in the country, 17th of May in the middle of my test week, and I haven't been feeling very well the past few days. But I thought since I have this car, I have to, just make a quick review to give you guys my opinion. So as I said, this is going to be more of a one take. I hope you guys still like the video. And if you're new here, thank you so much for dropping by. Usually these reviews are very, very in-depth, but hopefully it's still going to be interesting. So this Volkswagen Id.Buzz is one of the most interesting electric cars to come to market in the past few years. So it rides on the MEB platform, which is the same platform that underpins the Volkswagen ID3, ID4, ID5, and the upcoming ID7. Also Audi Q4 e-tron and Skoda Enyaq. And most of those cars are quite similar, well, except for the new ID7, which is a large saloon. Most of those other cars are, mid-size SUV type of vehicles. This is a completely different car. This is a large van, and it has, that retro styling from those 50s and 60s and possibly 70s Volkswagen buses, those vans. And it is actually pretty cool. I think this is, looks-wise, the coolest Volkswagen on sale today. It looks really, really cool, and compared to something like a Volkswagen ID4, and ID5, which is kind of bland. I mean, the 5 looks nicer than the 4, but those cars are kind of bland. This isn't. I mean, this is what the ID line should have been more like, in my opinion, because this is super cool, and I've been getting a lot of attention in this car. People like thumbs up. People come over to me like this is a cool car. So I love the two tone paint design with the orange and the white. It is super, super cool. And that theme is also here on the interior. I don't know if I would opt for these light colored fabric seats because I think they're going to get dirty pretty quickly, or fabric is like kind of a microfiber cloth type. But Volkswagen interiors in the ID line is something I have been very critical about because quality hasn't been the same as prior Volkswagens, at least the ones I grew up in, 2000s, also 2010s, are known for really high quality interiors. This looks the part, but there are a lot of cheap plastics throughout the whole cabin. But since this is a van, I don't mind that too much. I mean, this is a large vehicle. It's not cheap either. It starts from like 65,000 euros. In markets where they have VAT, like so Germany and the Netherlands. This is going to be a little bit cheaper here in Norway. This car spec, this is a rear wheel drive with the 82 kilowatt hour battery pack. That's gross capacity. Usable capacity is 77 kilowatt hours. This car spec, this way it is around 70,000 euros, or 700,000 kroner. So that is a lot of money, but also you are getting a lot of car because this is a huge car. This is 4.8 meters long almost. It's 2 meters wide and almost 2 meters tall. And usually I go for a wide angle lens on my camera when I'm, filming these reviews, when I'm attaching my camera to the windscreen. But in this car, I don't have to. I'm using my normal zoom lens. It's amazing. It's amazing. So large space, cabin is wide, you have a lot of headroom. I mean, I can't even reach halfway to the windscreen when I'm stretching out my arms. Rear seat also is super large. I mean, 5 people in this cabin with 3 abreast, no problems at all. Super spacious, headroom, legroom. There isn't a 7-seater version available yet. That will come to market a little bit later on. And when that comes to market, this is really going to be a versatile vehicle. I think it's interesting, but I think it has to do with weight loading because, this platform has its limitations. So maybe it has something to do with, certifications that they weren't able to push out the 7-seat version right away. If you know more details about that, let me know in the comment section down below. So exterior great, interior great, driving for a van, pretty awesome. This is on 21-inch wheels, and it doesn't drive like a van at all. I mean, if you've driven something like a Volkswagen Transporter or a Ford Transit, you know what a van drives like. This does not drive like that. And of course, that has to do with the low center of gravity, with the battery pack down low, and also, you know, the electric motors down low. All the weight is down low, so you don't have a lot of, you know, mass high up. It doesn't feel like tippy like a lot of vans feel like. It feels very planted. Steering is actually really nicely weighted and very nice. Actually, turning radius is super impressive. This car with no motor on the front axle. It's super maneuverable, even though it is a big car, but you do have to do a lot of lock on this steering wheel. So driving wise, good comfort, actually quite good dynamics, but there is a lot of road noise in this car. On the motorway, it's pretty noisy, and it's not helped by that the stereo is also pretty poor. Yeah, it's a very poor stereo. Paying 70,000 euros for a car, I was hoping for a better stereo. And when you turn it up, try to, you know, deafen out that droning road noise, the whole cabin like rattles. So not impressive. But again, being a van, I can, you know, forgive it more than a normal, you know, passenger car or normal SUV. But hopefully there will come some kind of, you know, upgrade, and since this is a early production model, maybe some of those quality issues will be resolved, hopefully. So overall, if we look away from that road noise, this is a really nice car to drive, to live with. You sit really high. The greenhouse is amazing. You have great views, though you have to be careful with your blind side, you know, on your right side here, because the car is so tall. Cars can easily hide below the belt line. Infotainment system also, if you've seen, you know, my Volkswagen ID reviews before, you know I'm not a fan of the Volkswagen infotainment system because layout has been poor, you know, usability has been poor, and also like it's been super laggy. In this car, it's better. Best iteration of this Volkswagen, you know, UX to date. Maybe like right after you step into the car can be a little bit laggy, but wait for 10 minutes is actually pretty snappy and responsive. Still not my favorite layout, and some of the things are buried in menus, but it's a huge improvement over the first cars that came to market. Also, touch capacitive buttons. Volkswagen, you know, the new chairman has said that they're going to go back to physical buttons, which I do applaud. But it's not as bad in this as I remember it being. Maybe it's because I think the steering wheel here is bigger than something like a Volkswagen ID3. So you're not touching, you know, you're not touching the controls when you're turning around. There's enough real estate on the steering wheel to separate. In operation, it's pretty easy. Maybe they've done some improvements with the software to make it better, but it's better than I can remember it being. So for the first time in a modern Volkswagen, with this setup, I don't mind it too much. It's not the worst out there anymore, as I've said before. So as guys, this is a, you know, quick review, quick take. Very cool, very interesting car. You know, I've never ever considered a van before this car. Would I buy one personally? Probably not, because of the road noise and because of that poor stereo. But I can look past, you know, the quality build, because it's a van. It doesn't matter that much. Also, I've been seeing a lot of work vans around here. I haven't seen too many like 5-seater versions, but I've seen a lot of like work vans on green license plates, which is like a 2-seater or 3-seater here in Norway. So a lot of people are using them as work vans, and well, you don't need, you know, high quality materials. It isn't as important when it comes to those things. But overall, really cool car, really like it. And if they come with a bigger battery version, 4-wheel drive, and also, you know, an upgraded stereo, yeah, this may be a cooler car, and maybe something I could consider in the future if I'm looking for a large car like this. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.